Continue.
Yeah. Chapter 11, 12:10 a.m. The Justice Minister's daughter has been abducted. The kidnappers demand the execution of the death row prisoner Zhao to be carried out tonight. Lin says the execution is a mistake, and I believe her. And so I'm paying the kidnappers hideout a visit. See what I can find out about the abduction. What took you so long? Your instinct was right, Beauty, my dear. They had that restaurant surrounded. Took me forever to shake them, and now my poor bike is ready for the scrap heap. Next time, maybe you should make it a tricycle, so you don't hurt yourself. Ouch, that hurts, Beauty, but that's okay. That's what I love about you. Be a little more gentle with our valuable hostage, please. Yes, yes, always keep a smile on a lady's face, right, my dear? There, see that, Beauty? Now there's a smile blooming on your face, too, my dear. Yes, a wry smile. I'm going out for a breath of fresh air. You're on guard duty. All right, I'll dream of you until you return. Why don't you open the trunk for our guest? Oh well, Beauty, I was just taking a little breather. All right, little lady, let me open that trunk for you. Beauty. Looks like the Justice Minister's daughter really has been kidnapped. Something else is bothering me, too. I don't think I've ever been to this room before. Something about it is giving me a strange sense of déjà vu. I've seen something like this before. What? Taking something precious to manipulate others. So that's what kidnapping is. The dirty tricks those without the powers of the dead come up with. However, if I take that precious thing back, their power vanishes, doesn't it? Now then, time to see how the Justice Minister's little girl is doing, before this guy wakes up from his dream of beauty. Alright. Let's see. No. It's good. I'm sure. Oh. Intriguing. Probably lower. Darn. I can't reach my destination from here. The shelf is suspended by very thin cords. They look like they're about to break. But it'd be quite a spectacle if it fell. If something can break it, kind of makes me want to break it. If something can break, it kind of makes me want to break it. That's the word you said with this now. Well, what do they... Okay, never mind. I can't go over there. Oh. What did that do? This is one of those things you light with fire, isn't it? As long as there's light in the room, is something like this really necessary? But if something can be lit, it kind of makes me want to light it. another core to reach the trunk and open it. I wonder if I can create a new core. I don't even know how I go back. Oh wait. That's how. I'm silly. Ooh. Okay. So from here, I go to that ball, and what now then? Oh, what's this? Fire? Oh. That's my imagination. Just my imagination? That's all he has to say? If he was any more laid back, he'd fall right off that crate. But look at that streamer going, spinning around and around. Now, how can I make use of that? Just my imagination. Just my imagination, that's all he has to say. What an amazingly simple fellow. This room, on the other hand, is starting to look amazingly festive. The question is, how can I use it to my advantage? I see. What if I spin faster? Nope. There. No. No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm smart. Alright, so now I go back over here. And, no. What, this? Okay. Just my imagination. Okay. Good. So, trunk. What in the... What's going on here? This little lady is... Is this little lady really a daughter of the Justice Minister? Hello? Just my imagination. imagination. Is it really? What's with the fun book and juice? Like I said, always keep a smile on a lady's face. Wanted to treat our guest well. How about treating me well? I'd like some bread and milk, please. At your service, my dear. Be back in a flash. Hey, mister. Yes, cute little lady. More juice, perhaps? All you have to do is ask. Have I been kidnapped? Don't cry, little dear. There's nothing to be afraid of. The surroundings are miserable and filthy, I know, but we just ask for your little patience. Don't say those awful things about this house. This house is where I used to live. Well, what? I apologize, little lady. I'm the one who's miserable and filthy. Forgive me. What's the meaning of this beauty? Why here at this girl's old house? Don't ask me. It was the other party in our deal who chose this location. Oh, I see. It's been empty for 5 years, and apparently nobody ever comes here. But never mind that. What about my bread and milk? Oh, of course. Now you be a good girl while I'm gone. You just read your book and drink your juice. I want to go home. Not quite yet. This dilapidated place was Camilla's old house? What's going on here? What in the world? Why does the little lady have a core of the dead? When I helped her out at Lynn's apartment, she didn't have one. So does that mean she must have died sometime after that? And it also means somebody else must have saved her? I better ask her what happened. Who's there? Oh, wait a minute. Is that you, Missile? Missile? I'm sorry, I'm not Missile. My name's Sissel. Sissel? My name is Camilla. Camilla. So it is her, I knew it. What happened to me? What is this place? I can hardly tell the poor little thing this is the land of the dead. Land of the dead? Does that mean I'm dead? I forgot there are no secrets in the ghost world. You can relax, you're not dead. But this isn't the first time you've been here, apparently. Really? I don't remember. Wait a minute, maybe I do remember, sort of. You do? Looks like she doesn't remember being saved very well. So there's some other dead person out there with special powers, eh? Anyway, I don't want to press her if she doesn't remember dying. Mind if I ask you a few questions about something else? Sure, go ahead, Sissy. Sissy, eh? Lynn asked me to do something for her tonight. I know about that part. She asked you to go to the chicken kitchen on Dead End Drive, right? Yeah, but I never got there. I wish I could say I'm sorry to her. I never should have gone through that park. What park? Hemsick Park. It's a shortcut to Dead End Drive. Is that where the kidnappers grabbed you? Yeah, Lynn always said, I don't like that park. Scary things happen there. Hemsick Park, eh? What am I gonna do? Lynn's going to be mad. She is? How come? 'Cause I left it there. The music box in the park. That's right, the music box. That music box was hidden in the apartment. I finally found it with a little bit of luck and courage. Guess where it was? I don't know. Where? I'll pretend I don't know. You know. You don't have to humor me. Oops. So what happened to the music box? I hid it in the bushes at the park just before it happened. Just before? Oh, just before you were kidnapped, huh? I didn't want the bad man to take it, so I hid it. But it's still there in the park. You did well. So the music box is in the park. I'd better let Lynn know. This is your old house? Yep, this is where we lived until 5 years ago. But now I live with Lynn and Missile. Lynn is like a big sister to you, isn't she? Yep, she's a detective, you know. She's a hero. She is, huh? By the way, about your father. Is he the Justice Minister? My father is gone. Gone? Maybe he passed away. No, that's not it. My dad. He's going to die, and it's all because of me. What? What do you mean, because of me? Why would you say that? It's called an execution. My dad is a detective. No way. Don't tell me your father is Detective Jowd. That's right. What in the world? 5 years ago, something really bad happened. Like a scary dream, but it wasn't a dream. 5 years ago? That murder case. It was Mom's birthday that day. My mom and dad were working and I was home by myself. Then I had an idea. I was gonna surprise my mom. I set up that contraption. Home, Camilla. Why is it dark? Oh. Well, why'd you do that? Well, why'd you do that? Are you stupid? Mom! Mom! What was that noise? Still can't believe it happened. It wasn't supposed to work like that. I know that contraption. I know how it was supposed to work. Party poppers and a cake. A birthday message. My dad told me not to tell anybody. Just leave it to me, he said. My dad wanted to be executed. He asked them for it. But I wanted to tell everybody it was my fault. My dad said what I saw was a bad dream. He told me to forget it. This is also unbelievably tragic. I can't believe it. This little lady is Detective Jowd's daughter. I just can't tell her. Can't tell her why she was kidnapped. I was kidnapped, I want to know. Oops. There are no secrets in the ghost world. Maybe we better stop talking, it's too dangerous. Sissy, you're not going to talk to me anymore? I think we'd better get you out of here first. We can talk more after that. Okay, but I'm going to rescue you now. You just hold on a little longer, alright? Okay, but we'll talk later, right? Don't forget, you promised, Sissy. Okay. Now how am I gonna do that? What took you so long? I traveled the entire town in search of the finest bread and milk for you, my dear. But it's late and all the shops are closed. We're leaving this place right now. What? But he's not here yet. We couldn't meet at the restaurant. Were we supposed to meet here? Yes, and he's the one who chose this location. I don't like this one bit. We have to run around doing all this extra work, all for the sake of his deal. Be quiet. Can't be helped. This place is too dangerous. I told you, my sixth sense is very strong. Alright, as you wish, beauty. I feel it. I sense something here in this room. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? Is she talking to me? I can sense your presence, you know. Next time I sense you, this child will die. Remember that. Alright, we're leaving. Pardon me, little lady. Ah. I see. All of a sudden, I'm left behind alone. Alone in the room that stole that little lady's smile away 5 years ago. The little lady is gone now, leaving me with only a few new facts. A few very heavy, very sad facts. Does Lynn know about all this? One other thing stands out in my mind. I can sense your presence. Is some of that kidnapper's final words? Do those two know? Do the kidnappers know about the powers of the dead? Yeah. Yeah. Chapter 12, 12:25 a.m. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Camilla, not the minister's daughter. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. I told Lynn about what I had found out about the kidnapping, but I wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted. The kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camilla, why do they have Camilla? Father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. Poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And there are those other twists too. Like the kidnappers winding up in and using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just a coincidence. And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Ugh! How can I believe you? In you. I'm a realist. Please. If you don't believe what we say, see for yourself. Just call home and... I tried calling 100 times, my wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? If she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. But I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make that it's not my daughter? Woo-wee. That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Missed me, baby? Inspector Cabanela. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Here he is. Oh, Detective Jowd. Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Lynn, please don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. Lynn doesn't really know that Jowd is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. The execution and the kidnapping are real threats and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow, I just know it. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanela, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Ha ha ha! Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know 2 things to be true and 2 things only. 1, he was given the death penalty. And 2, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, why did he bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons? So, were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. That's enough, Lynn. But, Detective Jowd, I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... should I talk to you? Poor Emily, is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Camilla. Why is a dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute, Emily? Could that be the Emily next door? Yes, I think so. Wow, I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door. No, not me. My wife. It's, complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him. The minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grew apart, what with him being so busy. Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me in my own head. According to what I heard, Emily was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. These horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Emily didn't go out after all, she couldn't. She had a fever. Huh. And so the kidnappers grabbed Camilla by mistake instead? Apparently. Emily and Camilla are about the same age. Kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up. It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do that errand for me, this never would have happened. Oh right, you asked her to bring the music box. Camilla. Hello? So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping? Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? Carrying out of your execution tonight. Ha ha ha! I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla. What? Camilla? I checked it out for myself, I'm positive. No, it can't be. And by the way, Camilla told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that'll be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true? What Camilla said. Why don't you tell us what you know? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. We came home from work and she went in first. Dang. Mom! What was that noise? I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move? It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of, even me. But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. Powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about these powers. Somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about these powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd. There's still time before dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. There were two very strange points about that contraption. First was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, that was the antique gun I'd had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't, it was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. The other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? Turned around. It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, come to think of it. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption. But one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. Hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What? You mean... And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police, my own pistol. I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Detective Jowd, is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time? Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd, and of course, little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camilla's sake. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective Jowd. Lynn, where's that music box now? In Temsic Park, Camilla left it there. That gun is important evidence, you'd better go pick it up. Yes, sir, I'll go right now. Sissel, take care of Detective Jowd. And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say easy enough for you to say. Okay. What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. A little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped and I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you. With a special seat just for you, baby. And I guess we better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla in more ways than one. That's all there is to it. I see, my old friend. In more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me, and especially not that low. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir. The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? I'm glad to see Detective Jowd is all fired up now. I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn doesn't come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it will be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here? Most likely the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped. But she isn't the one, I'm sure of it. Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever going to answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here? Right. But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost? Yes, I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change the situation. Gee, detective. For these past 5 years, Camilla is the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. Key to getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter, but is there a way? So if I go... Is this it? Is this the one? Just as I thought. This little girl is safe in her bed. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in the long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart, and the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight has related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistaken-ridden abduction does too. Yeah. Nah. Continue. Yeah, I suppose. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. The key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing, and I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. Oh no. Oh no. Our darling angel! Oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing. Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart, but I must confess I didn't even notice you were gone. I see. I didn't go out to play. I want to buy Papa a birthday present. Said he wanted a new lighter. Well, that's no reason to go out this late at night. But my fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. Well, look what it brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here's to the feverish passion of my darling angel. You see? Mama? Yes, darling? Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Not tonight, Emily. I hate you. Looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. And there's another lucky development too. Emily wants to call her father. Now, if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around. Trip time. So. Burn the house down. The phone. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Emily, I told you you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me, Emily. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about it, Mama? He's the one who's the Justice Minister, you know. All you do is write weird novels. Oh. What do you mean, weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Oh, you really made me angry. You really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult? Well, that's rude. I hate you. There. I'll be keeping my eye on you now so you won't do anything else mischievous, like calling your father. I hate you. I can hear you, you know. Woo. Woo, what a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this lady so Emily can call. No. Only pouring your oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. I want to give Emily a chance to use the phone. I have to think of a way to keep her mother out of the way. Bing bong. Oh goodness, look at the time. As I bask in my tale of love, time has been moving on at the speed of light. So even though she's immersed in love, she can still hear this, huh? This won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. There must be something else you can distract her with. Drop that rat. This is the... shocking. Bing bong. Well, well, having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams. That's not nice. Did you fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend? That's rude. She's more powerful than I thought. Looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side too. The angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Shocking. Dead rat. Dead rat moment. Oh heavens, a blackout at a critical time like this? Of course, dim lights suit my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. This chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills, thank you. I see. Okay. Ah, what a wonderful atmosphere. Perfect for a clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight. I see. I don't exactly know how the situation came about, but I think I owe the rat an apology. The rat seems to be unconscious. Now that the room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow. Dead rat moment. Dead rat moment. What a naughty chandelier. I see. Intriguing. Then now I lower it. That was close. Okay. Okay. So but I want it to burn brighter when it gets down there. Not when, you know. Not when I, you know. The lady's dictionary. Wasn't this on our desk before? The poor thing. Destined to never be returned to the bookshelves. What if I ring dong again? I need to do something, right? Presumably. But what is it I must do? Ring. Oh goodness, look at the time as I bask in the blah blah blah. That's not new. I see. I don't really see though. But I see. How do I get the rat further down? I can't trick the hoist. So how do I accomplish something with the rat? And what is the point of this now? I have not figured out what I'm supposed to do. Where is the thing that I must find in order to... What is it I must, save my game. Oh, what if I... That doesn't make sense. So, can I start moving before she gets back to the table, or... What if I just drop it again? I see. Such insolence. This lady is surprisingly quick. She dodged that thing like a pro. I guess I'd better get serious here. Man. There we go, right in the middle. Eek! Emily, help me! Mama. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm too dizzy. I can't get up. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. Here's to the weakness of my darling angel. That chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band. She won't be able to escape on her own. Help! Help! What? What is going on here? Emily, look, do you see this? Help me, please. Sorry, I'm too sick. Can't get out of bed. My head is spinning, so I guess I'll just have to stay up there spinning too. Good daughter. Looks like this lady won't be going anywhere for a while. Now the little girl can call her father. My trouble is she can't reach it. Guess I'll just have to deliver it to her. Oh, that's right. The angle of those candles. I saw something very similar just recently, didn't I? Hehe. Intriguing. Oh no! How could this happen? This is horrible. Not the rat. Are we gonna save the rat? Mama! Well, what in the world is going on here? Yes, the rat is safe. Oh, goody. Excuse me a minute while I call Papa, okay, Mama? I'll be a minute. Oh! Don't you dare, Emily. I won't have it. Hello, Papa. Emily, is that you? Of course it is, silly. What did you think? But I heard. They said you were. No, never mind. It's nothing. Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa. Birthday? Oh, right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it? I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Oh, your mean old Mama. I mean your mother. What is she up to right now? Well, she's certainly up all right. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment. Get me down! She needs to be taught a lesson for causing us so much trouble. No, Emily. I'm the one who was wrong. Huh? Could you tell your mother I'm sorry? What do you have to be sorry about? I was just about to make a terrible mistake, but it's alright now. Oh, okay. You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see. Okay. But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize. I don't think I did anything. But okay, I'll apologize. That's a good girl. Okay, Papa, have a good night. I love you. I love you too, Emily. Good night, sweetheart. Emily's not a real name. Mama? I'm sorry. My goodness, why the sudden change? I guess I was wrong about you. I don't understand. I didn't, whatever. Oh, Emily. I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels. That makes me a little sad. Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated. Yes, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right, I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all. And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and try actually reading them. What? Oh, maybe you'd better wait until you're a little older for that. Okay. So, Emily, if you're feeling a little more charitable toward your old mama, do you think you could let me down now? You know, I would love to do that, but I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now. Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline, it looks like the only thing pressing on me will be this chandelier. Here's to Papa and Mama's darling angel. All of a sudden, everybody is getting along again. It's such an abrupt change, I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camilla is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office where everybody is waiting for the prison van. Okay. The minister's family now has their smiles and harmony back, but Camilla is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is still just as furrowed as ever, quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe. He seems to still be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is going to happen. I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you for my daughter's sake and for mine. No need to thank us, Mr. Minister. It was nothing. What did he do? But one question. I can't help but notice. Your daughter is safe. And yet you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us? Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister? Please, let me think in peace until the prison van arrives. Come on. Wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Till we get a report, I guess we'll just have to wait here. Discontinued distress of the ministers. Is there really something more to it, like the inspector in white said? Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit I do exist? That thank you I expressed. That was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. We've actually known, you know, for quite a while now. But I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, or ghosts. Known? Known about what? We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others, a manipulator. What's this? That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Jowd. Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know? Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top-secret investigation. Of course, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Jowd. Right? Sure. They don't share too much top-secret information with the inmates in prison. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common. They do they? Tell us more. The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief and commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime. Both of their crimes were impossible. Impossible? The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office, and the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. How could that be? The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. Manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanela has been studying these cases. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of its kind was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective. Are you trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures. That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake. What? You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it? I suppose everybody here has the right to know. Alright, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanela can hear this, too. There's something I'd like the 2 of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanela, when he first made that report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister. Funky. What's going on? With this document, what am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. Strange. Wait! Don't deliver that document. That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began. At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated, and my memory of the event was only hazy at best. So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh? Signing execution orders is part of a justice minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. By the next day, it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a Minister of Justice, I couldn't admit what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had actually been controlled. So, in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose, but it sounds a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. Yes, I know. I should have. I was running away from the problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something. Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen. I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out. And then, when the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust under my nose like that, I can't read. Like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. So that's why you've been telling people to stay back? So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead? I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently different ghosts get different ghost tricks. But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from. Where it comes from? Inspector Cabanella, this manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. A spirit? As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What did you say? Zhao, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too. I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you. Spirit? Ghost? Excuse me, Mr. Minister, I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector! This is Lynn, I'm at the park. We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Well, the situation here is, it's kind of difficult to explain. Sissel, if you're there, come to the park immediately. It looks like your help is needed, Sissel. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Okay. Wait, I'm in the phone. Let's go to the park. To the park I go. Lynn calls, and I oblige. I take off toward Temsic Park, the place where clearly something big is taking place. The manipulator, the person whose very existence sheds new light on everything, Detective Zhao's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Yeah. Maybe?